You ever feel like you're just drowning in information? Seriously, you've got project docs over here, research PDFs there, notes scattered across like 3 different apps, and don't even get me started on all the YouTube videos you're supposed to watch. It's a mess. But what if? What if you had a personal AI that could become an expert in your stuff and only your stuff? So when is this actually the right tool for you? Well, here's a simple rule of thumb. If you're dealing with a bunch of scattered info, you absolutely cannot afford the AI just making things up, and you need to get a cohesive output, like an email or a report, done fast, then yeah, NotebookLM is going to be your new best friend. All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to walk through what this AI research assistant is all about, and then we'll see how it actually works in practice. After that, we get into the really cool stuff, going way beyond simple summaries, having actual conversations with your AI, and then to wrap it all up, I'm going to share some power user tips to make you a total pro. First up, let's get into what makes Notebook LM so different, because this is not just another chatbot. No, it's built from the ground up to be your personal research assistant. And the key is that it only works with the information you give it. The key word you have to remember here is grounded. Unlike other AIs that kind of just search the entire internet for an answer, Notebook LM stays completely within the world you create for it. It becomes an expert in exactly the documents, videos, and notes you upload, and absolutely nothing else. And this slide really nails the core difference, right? General AIs like ChatGPT or Gemini, they're built for creativity, which is great, but it also means they can just make things up. That's what we call AI hallucination. Notebook LM, on the other hand, is built for reliability. It's designed to be way less creative, but far, far more accurate, because it's only ever referencing the facts you gave it. Think of it as your personal fact checker, not a creative writer. And you can feed it pretty much anything you can think of. We're talking research papers, meeting transcripts, client briefs from Google Docs, training videos from YouTube. You can take all this fragmented stuff and centralize it into one single, intelligent, searchable knowledge base for whatever project you're working on. Okay, so that's the what. Now let's talk about the how. How do you actually go from that messy folder of files, and we all have one, to getting real, actionable insights? Let's just walk through it. Honestly, it's super straightforward. You just create a new little workspace, you upload all your content, and then you just start talking to your documents. You can ask it questions, and it will pull answers directly from the materials you gave it, and it even gives you citations. For example, check this out. One user uploaded 3 years of really dense medical reports. The kind of thing nobody actually wants to read. They just asked, what are the top 10 health trends? And in seconds, boom. They got a list of observations, including a recurring problem with elevated uric acid. I mean, that's an insight that could take hours to dig out by hand. Now, this is a really, really important point, because Notebook LM isn't trained on your data, which is great for privacy. It doesn't remember your conversations from one session to the next. So if it gives you a fantastic summary or a brilliant list of ideas, you have to hit that Save to Note button. If you don't, that great insight is just gone the next time you open it up. But look, just asking questions is really only scratching the surface. The real magic, I think, starts when you ask Notebook LM to start creating things for you. This is where it goes from being a research assistant to a seriously powerful content generation engine. Just imagine you've uploaded all your research for a big presentation. Instead of just asking it for a summary, you can get it to create a whole suite of materials for you. It can generate an FAQ for your team, a timeline of key events, or it can even whip up an entire slide deck to get you started. The quiz feature is awesome, especially if you're a student or just need to get up to speed on new material. It creates these interactive questions to test your knowledge. But here's the best part. When you answer, it doesn't just say right or wrong. It gives you a citation that links you directly back to the exact sentence in your source material where that answer came from. Okay, I need you to brace yourself for this next feature, because it is so futuristic, it feels like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. No joke. And hey, that's not just me hyping it up. One of the first people to use it said this exactly. It is insane, mind-blowing, and kind of scary. It just completely changes how you think about interacting with AI. Okay, get this. Notebook LM can create a podcast-style discussion about your documents with 2 AI hosts talking to each other.
But here is the absolutely wild part. You can hit a button for interactive mode, and then you can literally interrupt the AI hosts while they're talking, ask them a follow-up question, and they will stop their conversation, answer your question, and then just seamlessly go back to their discussion. You're not just a listener, you're a participant. It's crazy. So you've seen what this thing can do. Now, how do you get the absolute most out of it? Let's go through a few pro tips that'll turn you into a Notebook LM power user in no time. First off, you gotta understand the sheer scale we're dealing with. Each notebook you create can handle about 25 million words of source material. That's not just a big number, that is absolutely massive. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of books worth of information. And just to put that number into perspective, look at how it stacks up against some of the other big AI models out there. It's not even in the same league. This huge capacity is what makes it so incredibly powerful for really large, complex projects. So, to really master this tool, keep this little checklist in mind. First, always remember, quality in, quality out. The better your sources, the better your results. If a website blocks access, don't worry, just copy-paste the text. If you're working with Google Docs, hit that resync button to get the latest changes. And here's the real pro tip. Think of Notebook LM as your fact engine. Use it to build a rock-solid, accurate foundation. Then, if you need some creative sparkle, take that output to a more creative AI for the final polish. And that's really the question this whole thing makes you ask, isn't it? This is a huge shift from using AI as a vague search engine for everything to using it as a super precise expert lens on your own work. It changes you from being a searcher into a conductor, orchestrating insights from your own personal library of knowledge.